Hello, it's Jane again. Today, something with a difference. I've got a little bag of jewellery bits, and these are all for upcycling. These are all broken bits for upcycling. So let's get into it and see what we can make out of it. See what we've got and see what we can do with it. I went to a place called a scrap warehouse. First time I've ever been to one, where you choose the scrap that you want to buy to recycle. So I actually chose all of this lot, but I thought you'd like to see what I actually got in a scrap warehouse. There are some clasps, so some findings. We'll put those in a box. I think we'll just start putting things in boxes. Beads. Chose some nice glass beads, some amber looking beads, and a variety of beads. So we'll make a box of beads. We'll just have a quick look at these amber looking beads. Nope, they're not amber, but they're pretty. They're faux amber. Some nice big glass beads. And these look a bit like an agate to me. Don't know what you think. Either that, or you would want to say, yeah, it's got a white bit through it. Oh, they're really pretty beads. Really pretty. Some flower shaped ones, as well as some round ones. Very pretty. Probably do something with those. More beads, more beads, more beads. I was choosing what I thought were pretty glass beads or unusual glass beads, and I found several of these glass butterfly beads, which I'll make something, probably earrings, but there are several of those in here. And we've got quite a lot of glass hearts. Oh, there's the bag. Little glass hearts in different colours. So those can be used for something. More beads. That's a little metal bead. And several clasps. They're quite a nice clasp. An iron. I don't know why I picked that up. It just amused me that there was an iron in with the jewellery. And a few bits that I thought would make nice charms, like this little chap here. He's probably a gone wrong pumpkin from Halloween, but he'll make a nice charm. A little flower bead. Another butterfly. A kitty cat. He can make a charm. A single earring. Not a bead, it's a dangle, but we can use that, definitely. Another Tibetan type bead. That's a bit of hematite from a pendant. Metal bits over there. A Hello Kitty charm. A double-sided angel's wing, that can make a charm. And an anchor, that can also make a charm. Another clasp. Another silvery bead. Oh, that was a single earring with a funny face on it, which I thought would also make a nice little charm dangle. Tortoise and a heart. And a really gorgeous bead. I don't know if you can see that it's got like bead cap ends and rhinestones in a green. That's a really gorgeous bead. And caught up in this bit of chain is a goldstone bead. A funny triangular shaped bead. Lots of beads. some, oh, that needs to come off there, a sparkly bead, crystal. I'll just grab that off there. Don't know why it's held on. And I also picked up several bits of chain because I'm sure any of you who upcycle jewellery, oh, tiger tail, that would be useful, jewellery wire. I picked up this bracelet. It's pretty, I don't know, it's not very interesting, but I did like these little wire bauble-y bits, so I thought maybe we could swap some of these plastic beads that haven't got a lot of sparkle over and use those wire bauble-y bits. Do something with that. This is a skull pendant with a lightning bolt coming out of one of its eyes. It's missing a couple of rhinestones, but we can pop those in. We can replace them. I've got a pair of these earrings. The beads on the bottom are plastic and this is all fairly discoloured, but I did think that that would make a nice pendant with some sparkly dangles on. So these guys will be upcycled in a future project. I was thinking if you take those bits off and just upcycle that part, that maybe you could put that onto a necklace and then festoon some, is festoon the right word? Some swags from those. That's for a future project. Another butterfly. Some little blue crystals and a blue bead. This Chinese style bracelet has seen better days. It's got a lot of wear to it. I was hoping that these beads would be something, but I've had them on the Presidium and they're plastic, so that's really a bit of a bust. Right, and then we've got another bead, a bit of a watch. I'll see if that works, and if it doesn't, that can just go in a watches lot. Bead frame, and lots of chain, which is, I'm sure all of you know, is very useful. That's a chain that can be sold just as it is. That one's in quite good nick. We've got a short bit of chain. These always come in handy for extension chains, so always keep little bits of chain or for little projects. So those are going on my scrap chain pile. Quite a big pile. This linked chain is quite nice and long, and it's be quite good for hanging charms on, so I'll put a clasp on that and that can be used for charms. Come on, out you come. Then we've got, it's not coming out, maybe it will. We've got a bit of a broken necklace there, but we can reuse those pearls and the bevel set bits. We'll make something out of those, and another bit of chain. That bit of chain will probably end up in being used for extension chains. And then we have a massive knot of chain here. There's two chains in one. There we go. Got one out. That chain is absolutely fine. That can just have a pendant on and be used. This chain has got a circle in the middle. It's missing a lot of rhinestone, but we can have the chain of that and reuse that. Right. And this is, I think it's part of a bracelet, but lots of jangly bits on there. So we can have the beads off of that. That's a small bracelet in quite nice condition. Then we've got, this is a twisted chain. I think really it's probably too short to be a necklace. Might be able to do it as a bracelet. We'll find a use for that. Then we've got, oh, that's another, is that another bit of that? Is that the same as that? Oh, it is. It is. I think it is. Yeah, that is. That's another bit of that. So we could potentially, it's quite a nice sort of twisted chain. We could potentially join them together and make a necklace. And this is, that bit's long enough to, if I put a clasp on the end of that, that can make a necklace. And likewise with that, if we put a piece of chain on that, that'll make a necklace as well. We're doing quite well here for chain that we can actually reuse. This one, if I can mend that, it's actually snapped, it's got a clasp in it. If I can mend that, that could be used for a pendant. I'll have a go. A little Chinese symbol charm. That's a piece of short chain. We've got several bits of this silver chain. That would be long enough to put a necklace on, definitely. That's quite a long bit actually. Oh, so we can get it out. There we go. That's a very long bit. Might get 2 chains out of that. And we can join them together and get several out of that. That's a short bit of the same chain. I don't know what that was. That must have been an incredibly long, well, I suppose it was just over the head. That's the same chain as well. That, I think there's something written there. Where's my loop? Yeah, I've lost it. There it is. I think there's something written on this. It says 925 Italy. Oh, that's a nice chain. Oh, it's got a piece of metal stuck on it. Do you think that's it's absolutely wrapped around on, I wonder if that's a repair. I will try and get that unwrapped. A bit of copper. Yeah, it's a repair. I can actually see an end in there. Yes, so that's a broken 925 silver chain. So that can probably just go into scraps. Still, nice thing to find. This is it's got a crucifix in it, and that's got a little loop. And what is nope, not sure what's going on there. There's 3 bits. It's like a triple strand necklace, but maybe it's a triple strand bracelet. It's a bit peculiar. Has anyone ever had a triple strand bracelet before? That's what I think it is. Right, let's have a little look. Yeah, I suppose it would be with a cross on it. Well, I might just have the chain off that. That's a bit peculiar. And another piece of chain. It's got a blob in the middle of it. We need to have the chain off of that. I'm not sure about the blob that's in the middle of it. Another pink butterfly, another pink butterfly. Another piece of that chain. Oh, some bits of thread. Oh, as you can. Oh, that's might just be long enough for a necklace. probably okay for a bracelet, maybe even a charm bracelet, because it's got quite big links. So I'll probably use that and make a couple of little charm bracelets. That's a piece of gold chain without any marking, and there's no it's magnetic, so it's not gold. There's no clasp at either end, so always worth checking if they look like they might be. And out you come. This bit of chain looks very brassy. Gosh, don't they not? Yeah, that bit of chain looks quite brassy. I'm not sure how that'll look in the daylight. Might not be able to use that bit. Discoloured and brassy. And this little bit. Don't know if you're silver, won't be that lucky twice, but let's have a little look. It's magnetic. And got in here a very sweet little crucifix that's in glass. That's really nice and sparkly. That's really sweet. And we've got some Tibetan style spacers. Some of them have got beads in, so we'll have a little look what we can do with those. And last but not least, the last packet, these bits of chain with the Tatty, there's 4 of them, with the Tatty Divine logo. There are 4 of these, and I'm not quite sure, I'm sure you guys can tell me, I'm not quite sure what they're for. They're not long enough to be a bracelet. They're about 1 inch short. They're about 6 inches long. You've got a clasp, a Tatty Divine logo. I mean, you could connect that there, but you'd have a really tiny bracelet. Not sure. What am I going to do with these 4 bits? Do I upcycle them into something else? In which case I'll have to take the Tatty Divine logo off. Or are they some sort of extender? Right, you lot. Tell me what you think these are and what I should do with them. I'm going to pause you there and go and do some creating, and I'll come back and show you how I've got on. Right, this necklace that had the missing rhinestone bits, we've put this really gorgeous glass bead on the chain just to make a nice little pendant that is really sparkly and beautiful. The necklace that had this plain silver bar on it has now got the skull, which I think looks rather fab. It's had some rhinestones replaced and a very light clean, and that looks great on a necklace. And then the broken bit of bracelet, removed quite a lot of the chain to shorten it right down a bit, turned it into a bag charm and added 4 or 5 of the loose beads. So that's now a nice little bag charm. Okay. So we've fixed all of these chains. Quite a few of them have got new clasps on. Some of them have sort of been joined back together again. So they're all ready to go to have pendants on. And I put this little glass cross on a chain. So that one's ready to sell. And I've worked out how to wear this bracelet. It's obviously got a finger buoy on it and quite unusual with the cross. I'll try and sell that as it is, and if it doesn't sell, obviously have it for the parts. The bracelet that had these beads on which I thought were quite small, and the crystally bits are quite dull. You can see they're not really even sparkling. Has become this bracelet. Used some of the beads from the loose beads that I got and reused, as I was saying, reused these beads and the clasps and the extension chain and just popped in. And we've also got some sparkly crystals in here. I don't know if you can see, but that's what I mean. It should have had a bit more sparkle, and I think the blue goes really well together. So little upcycle there. Then we had a bag full of colourful foiled glass hearts. Made a pair of earrings using those, and the others will become earrings as well. And the glass butterflies, last but not least, have also become a pair of earrings. I think they make a super pair of earrings, quite good fun with their little eyes. And I've got enough to make another pair and use one as a pendant, so probably make a little set as well. So that's it. What do you think? What was your favourite bit? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.